Hello my lovelies, welcome to another Timeless Pick a Card reading, and in this video I'm going to channel through messages that relate to what potential you have for a possible future vocation. Okay, now remember that any future that you want to create, it's up to you to take the steps necessary to get there, okay? So we'll see if Spirit wants to give any advice that will help you get there as well. And if you want some help in choosing the readings, then keep listening. Otherwise, you will find the timestamps below the video. Don't forget to check out my other channel, Animal Readings, for messages from your animal companions. Okay, so let's start by closing our eyes and taking a nice big deep breath in and holding it for a moment. And then exhaling slowly. Notice your feet in contact with the ground or with the chair or the bed, wherever you are. Notice yourself in contact with the earth. Ground yourself. Imagine you've got roots pushing out of the bottom of your feet and into the earth. Take another deep breath if you need to and breathe out any tension and stress. Let go of your thoughts. And then ask Spirit to show you the most relevant reading for you. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and then notice which reading jumps out at you. If you are drawn to more than one, listen to more than one reading and leave behind any messages that don't feel right for you. Okay, my lovelies, I'll see you there in the readings. Hello there, Group 1. You chose this card, number 14, Temperance. This is such a beautiful, vibrant card. I love the rainbow colours on there. I'm getting a sense of this in relation to natural healing, holistic healing. I'm getting a sense here that those of you listening to this reading could become like healers. I don't really like that term healer, because we heal ourselves. Somebody else can't heal us for us. So I feel that this is relating to either energy work, energy therapy, or it's holistic health in some way. So it could connect in with the earth medicines or vibrational medicines, for example, homeopathy, flower essences, herbs, using sound or colour or music. I'm getting a sense of natural healing modalities, many of which are thousands of years old already and are coming back now into this new world that we are all creating and are becoming a lot more popular now. I'm seeing this image as you being like the equivalent to an earth angel, where when you get to this point of wanting to do this work, you will have reached a point of balancing your own energy and learning how to heal your own energy and how to take really good care of yourself. This image here of this angel is showing this wonderful energy of balance, balancing thought with emotion, ideas with feelings. They've got the star on their heart, which shows that their heart is pure and clear, which I sense that for you. So you might have spent a lot of years healing your heart, clearing your heart energy. And with these rainbow colours, this is giving me a sense of your aura, your energy centers and how your aura appears. So again, you will have spent a lot of time clearing your aura, clearing your energy, removing the blockages, doing the inner work on yourself, getting to know who you truly are and being comfortable with who you truly are. We've got the crescent moon at the angel's feet there, which symbolizes this wonderful new energy of beginnings. And we've got the sun and the moon in the back again, relating to an energy of balance. This is giving me a sense that you have a really special kind of energy, and that when somebody is in your presence physically, especially, but not just physically, but especially when somebody's in your physical presence, your aura could have a really positive impact on them. It could help them to lift to the surface anything that isn't working for them, anything that needs attention for healing, because we are all going through massive change and transformation at the moment, where our shadow selves, the blockages in our energy, our traumas, all our difficult emotions, our memories or thoughts that have been repressed, they are coming to the surface bit by bit. And I really feel, Group 1, that you could help people to do that because you have gone through that process with yourself. I'm also getting a sense of meditation here, where meditation would be really key for you in the future if it isn't already. So it may be that you would choose to teach others meditation, how to meditate, how to connect with their inner selves, with their inner, like their soul energy or their heart energy, through sitting in silence and being grounded, and how to find their center. And it may be that you would even help some people to connect with their psychic abilities, their sixth sense, connect with their spirit guides, with their soul self, with their spiritual team, with the dimensions beyond this reality. There's very much a very calm and peaceful energy here, which is also giving me a sense of otherworldliness as well. Now we're going to get some more cards, see what else wants to come through here. I feel that if you haven't already, you may be taking courses in one or more of these healing modalities, these energy modalities. I mean, it covers such a broad spectrum now. There are so many different types of courses and workshops available. When I got into all of this, it was quite limited, but now there is so much available because it's all being unlocked in this reality. And I feel that this energy is unlocking in you at the moment, so that you will have the opportunity to do this. If you choose to do so and you take the action to get there, then you will have the ability to do that. Yeah, intuition. Yes, I've just mentioned that. I'll talk about that again. We've got 30 adventure. That was 36. We've got 4 pause and 20 higher ground. Goodness me. Yeah, there's a recurring theme here in these energies, in these oracle cards. It's absolutely wonderful. These lovely rainbow colours on this. Can you see the colours of like the blues and the indigos? I mean, that connects in so strongly with the intuition and with your third eye chakra. And I've just mentioned, haven't I, about you maybe wanting to help teach people to develop their intuition or their sixth sense, or helping people to connect with their soul energy, or maybe their spirit guides and the angels. This is something that is going to be very important for you, is using your intuition. And the Temperance card in the tarot relates to balance. And so you will have got to that point when this comes in for you, where you're trusting your intuition, where you're trusting your own inner guidance, and where your mind and emotions are nice and balanced. So you're not kind of in that place of fear or anxiety or stress, or getting caught up in emotional reactions, because all of those things can make it difficult to connect in and listen to the intuition and to trust it and to follow it. It can make it really difficult. So you might be going through a phase at the moment, Group 1, where you are going through all of that, where you're learning to trust your intuition. And so really notice the experiences that you go through. And if it helps you, write things down, write down signs and symbolism and numbers that you get, and write down how you learn how to trust your intuition. Write down what you're learning about your body and what messages your body is giving you about how it's feeling, what it's going through, and what it needs. Because our physical body is a manifestation of what happens in our physical body, is a manifestation of what's going on in our thoughts and emotions. Okay. And this will be something that you learn on your journey you might know it already, that our physical health is like, that's the last point in the body asking for help. When we get a physical symptom, that means that our energy has been out of balance or blocked for a really long time. Okay. And you'll get to the point where you'll really understand that and know that and trust it. And you'll get to the point where you will be able to interpret the messages that your body is giving you and the messages that other people's bodies are giving them. I feel that some of you in particular will have a clairsentience ability where you will be able to sense what is going on in a person's body. You'll be able to feel it. You might be able to feel the symptoms. You might be able to feel the energy of the person and where the energy is blocked or it's out of balance or it needs cleansing or charging or clearing in some way. You might be very sensitive to that. You might be able to see clairvoyantly into people's energy field or their body. You might be able to see disease, you will be able to use your psychic gifts in this work to help you to be become an expert in this field. Now, this adventure card here is so wonderful. This is going to feel like a new world that is opening up to you. And it depends where you are on this journey already. You might be quite a long way, much closer to this vocation coming into life, or you might be just starting on this path, or this might be the first time that you're hearing about it. It depends where you are on your own journey. So, take the information that feels right for you and don't be in any rush whatsoever, because Spirit has got everything in place for you for this to happen when it's supposed to and at the speed that is right for you. So you don't need to be urgent about it. You don't need to rush into it. If this is quite new to you, you don't need to go and rush off and book a few courses. Just allow it to happen organically in your life. Okay. Because it will. Your spirit guides are helping you and guiding you and teaching you. And each of you will have new spirit guides that come in when the time is right to teach you new things. Okay. With this pause card, this is like these top two cards in particular relate to the yin energy, the divine feminine principle of that energy of feeling and intuition and creativity and being more receptive and thinking about things and trusting your intuition, where you will be spending more time in the quiet, in the peace, in the stillness, so that you can connect in with your own inner voice and listen to the guidance of what is right for you, of what you need to do next, of the right people to ask for help or to take on for work. This will be really important for you to make sure that you find time to be in that stillness energy when you are going down this path more fully, shall we say, that it will be that you will have got to that point where you really know how to take care of yourself. You know how, when you get to the point when you're feeling overburdened or overwhelmed, or you need to be in the quiet, or you need to say no to people, I feel that you will be really trusting yourself with what you need, and you can help other people with that. For some of you, this could be like more along the lines of being a life coach or a talking therapist. It doesn't necessarily have to be to do with energy healing, but this is helping people to understand themselves better in some way so that they can improve their own health and well-being as you have done. And with this higher ground, this is a really wonderful energy of you being able to see the bigger picture on things, on everything. It's like if somebody comes to you asking for help and you talk to them, you get to know them a little bit, you ask them questions, you will be able to zoom out and see the bigger picture of what's going on with them. Not just what's on the surface and what's obvious, but what's below the surface, what lies hidden. And so you will be able to help people in a much deeper way. And you might even be able to get into their subconscious and understand how their subconscious is working. And so how that needs to be changed or rewritten, whatever is right for that person. Now I'm going to get some of these tarot cards. Those two first. We've got 2 of keys, the treasure, and 3 of roses, loving elementals. Okay, this loving elementals card is really giving me a sense that you're going to be getting a lot of help from the nature spirits, but just spirits in other realms, you know, not just your guides and the angels, but there will be all kinds of spirit beings that will be helping you with this. And some of you will really connect with the nature element. So some of you might be drawn to shamanism or the earth elemental energies in relation to health and well-being, such as herbs and flower essences that connects with the earth and the plants. Or you might be drawn to using crystals, or you might be quite drawn to like the 4 directions, or the main elements, as in feng shui. You know, there could be so many ways that this connects with you, but this is an energy here of you being really connected to nature and really knowing the benefits of when you spend time in nature and how much better that makes you feel. And I feel that you will build this into your regular routine to spend time meditating regularly, spending time in nature regularly, spending time in quiet contemplation regularly, so that you are, as much as possible, remaining grounded and centered and peaceful and protected. I feel as though this group has got a high level of protection at all times, and this will really help you in this expansion of this new energy. I'm just noticing as well, I can have a look, we've got 2, that's a 2, we've got 20 and 30, so we've got 2, 2, 3, 3, that's 4, and that's 5. So those are numbers of a new beginning. And this 9 card, that's an ending. So there's a chapter in your life that needs to come to a close first before this comes in for you. So it may be that you're in a job that is completely different to what I'm talking about now. It may be that your life looks nothing like any of this that I've spoken about. And I feel as though at the moment with this, the treasure card here, you see the person on there's a treasure chest there, but they're not looking that impressed by it. And I feel like, because this is on the left-hand side of the reading, which for me always indicates like the past. And so I feel that at the moment you're looking at your life and thinking, this is really not fulfilling me. This is not rewarding. It feels like something's missing. It feels like there's got to be more than this. You know, I feel like you're there at the moment and that you aren't seeing the treasures that are available to you right now, but those that are waiting to come in. So it's like you are in that place where you're needing to close out a big chapter, and that's going to take some time. It might be that you're already closing things out, as I say. So just go with the flow, group 1, and allow things to happen naturally, because there are some wonderful changes coming in for you. I'm going to get some of the Lenormand cards. They want to come out. We'll get one more on that one. Yeah, that's lovely. We've got 17, the Storks, 21, the Mountain, and 35, the Anchor. Now that we've got 2 8 energies there as well, haven't we? So we've got 8 and the 9, and there's another 3 there, another 8 and 9 there. Yeah, so the 8s and the 9s, this is where you are at the moment, that you're in this cycle of life at the moment where you haven't quite finished what you're doing. You've still got life lessons to learn at the moment. You're still closing things out, you know, but that will happen. That will, you know, you will get to this change. And the Stork card can represent things changing and improving in a really positive way. The Storks can also relate to new life coming in. So that is a good sign of this new beginning for you. And it may be that you've been getting ideas or urgings from your soul, or little intuitive prompts about where to go next, about what to do next, about which direction that you're going. So really pay attention to those and listen to that. I'm also just very drawn to the Queen of Hearts on this card there in the corner, which is this wonderful feminine archetype energy that I've spoken about already, which is very nurturing. And this is the energy that you will embody with nurturing other people as you've been learning to nurture yourself. With this Mountain card, this connects in with this peace and stillness that I've spoken about with meditation. And the little stag here, right on the bottom of the card there, That relates to you finding your purpose and your path and knowing the direction in which you want to go. And then we've got the anchor card here, which is a really significant card in this reading. This is you like landing where you're meant to be. This is you feeling very grounded and stable with what you're going to be moving into. And this is also relating to you reaching your goals, you taking the action that you need to take to get there. Okay. The anchor can also relate to you. For some of you, anchoring in light frequencies and light codes into this reality and helping other people to bring light into their energy field as well. Like a light anchor is someone that holds light for this world and anchors in new ways of doing things and new ideas and new beliefs. And that's something that is also available to some of you as well. Now let's just get some of these message cards to get some final messages for you, some advice about what you can do next or what might be coming in. We'll have those two first. We've got many choices. Yeah, you have options. Even if you don't see them right now, get creative and look around. Pull a card for each option to see what's best. So yeah, I feel like you could be in this stage at the moment where you really don't know what to do, or you've got so many ideas that you don't know which to follow. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to decide anything just yet. You're not in that time of making the decision at the moment, group one. You're in that time of exploration and having an adventure. We've got the adventure card. So don't make your mind up just yet. It's okay to experiment, to try different things, to go on new courses, because nothing is going to be wasted. You're going to learn something from everything that you do. Okay. We've also got locked. Work you want may not be in reach. Yeah. Now you can take a temporary position while awaiting an opening. Your new place offers job security. So that is more confirmation that you're not yet there with this new vocation that is coming in for you. So it's asking you to bide your time and to wait and to keep looking into things to learn the skills and abilities that you need to learn to gain more experience, to gain more knowledge, you know, whatever feels right for you in the areas that are beckoning you at the moment. And we have got signs. You are putting together pieces of the puzzle from signs you are getting. Pay attention to the coincidences you experience. Absolutely. Spirit is there guiding you all of the way and giving you signs as to which way to go. Look for the signs. Look for repeating numbers in numerology, because they will give you important signposts for the direction that you're going in. Look out for the white feathers. That are great confirmation that you're on the right path. So we've had we've had a few repetitive numbers. Number 3's come up quite a lot, actually, because we've got that Queen is a 3, 21 is a 3. We've got the 3 there. We've got the 3 there. 3 is a number of expansion. Okay. 3 can also relate to healing as well. That is one of the healing numbers. So really pay attention to your own inner guidance and the signs. Just looked at the camera clock, and that was 2103, which is 21 is 3 and 3. You've got lots of 3s there. So yeah, 3 is this number of expansion. So when you see number 3 a lot, when spirit is showing you 3 or 33 or 333, that is a really positive time of you to get moving and to take action and to expand and to put things in motion. So look out for those important signs. Okay, my lovelies, really hope that reading has helped you. Thank you for listening. I'm sending you love from my heart to yours. Take care. Hello there, Group 2. You chose this card, the Knight of Cups. And the first message I'm receiving here for your potential, your vocation, is that this needs to be something that comes from your heart. This is like a heart-based energy of something that feels true for you, something that feels right for you. And I'm also picking up the influence of creativity, where this could be something that you create from your heart. I'm going to get some more cards though. This feels like the sort of thing where you would receive divine inspiration for ideas, and, you know, for a creative project or something like that, something that is You know, when you're doing something, if you've had this experience where when you're doing something and you get totally lost and completely engulfed in it, that you don't even realise that time is passing and you're completely in the zone and you're kind of in Zen mode and it just feels amazing. That's the sort of thing that I see, or rather the state that I see you being in when you are creating or when you are following this vocation. Let's see what playing cards we've got. Yeah, Jack of Clubs, inventive and skillful. We've got the King of Diamonds, the Owl, wise and intuitive. We've got the Four of Clubs, building, and the Nine of Diamonds, completion. So first of all, with these two cards, the Jack and the King, yeah, I mean, this Owl here, this confirms what I've spoken about with you receiving divine inspiration. I feel as though you're going to be connecting to source to channel ideas into this realm. And I am picking up a very creative vibe with this group. With the monkey energy here, this is like you bringing something very unique into this world. Now, when I say creative, this could cover so many things. So it could relate to writing a book or being artistic, as in painting. It could relate to making things with your hands. It could relate to designing something, and that can cover so many different aspects, from like interior design in a home to designing computer programs. You know what I mean? So there's a lot here, but this is a very strong creative energy where you've got like this divine spark of inspiration in your heart that is beginning to ignite, or it's maybe been there for a little while, and you are going to be moving into a place where this is coming in more and more and more. So you might be at different stages, each of you listening to this reading, depending on where you're at in your journey through life. But there is something very unique about how you create. For example, when you're in the zone of creating something or designing something, it's almost like you're channeling light into it, or light codes into it, or frequencies into it. And so that's what needs to come into the collective for people to receive that energy, those frequencies, because you are here to spread the light into the world through something that you create. It could be a communication project as well, you know, in the media, that kind of thing. It does cover, I'm getting quite an umbrella area of subjects that this could cover, that relates to media, communication, anything artistic. It could be something vocal, written, artwork. There's so many things that this can cover. And I feel that the Four of Clubs here, I'm getting the message that is relating to what you've been going through, where you've been building this strong inner foundation of who you are. So you need to get to this point where you feel very safe and secure with who you are, and not afraid to put yourself out there, not afraid to put your work out there, because once we release something into the world, it's on display for everyone to criticize and judge or love. But you know, there's always both sides to the energies in this reality. We always get both. I've had an inflow of negative comments on my channel recently, on my YouTube channel, which not all of them are from people. Some of them are from the AI bots. And I've got to the point where it just doesn't affect me. But once upon a time it did. And I see a lot of YouTubers getting affected by these comments when most of them aren't even from actual people, you know. So I feel that for you, Group 2, you are going through this phase of building up a strong foundation where you are secure in the knowledge of who you are and what you're bringing to the world, where your self-worth and self-confidence have been built up. So you might have had a lot of life lessons revolving around self-worth, self-confidence, that has made you become very strong and stable. You might also have had to, or are still, overcoming feelings of worthlessness, lack, and also possibly anxiety and fears, a lot of fears and insecurities and doubts. So those may be things that you are still working through, or you might be coming to the end of those life lessons, but those have happened for you to become very strong and know who you are and what you're doing and why you're here, and not be afraid to put out there the things that you create. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there in the world. Okay. So that's this building card here that is very strong for you. I'm also noticing that with the numbers here, Jack is 11, the Knight is 12, and then the King, we've got 11, 12, we've got 14. 11 is 2, 12 is 3, we've got the 4 card, and that is a 5 card. So I sense that for those of you listening to this reading that you're not there yet, that you are still finishing up some big things, and that this is something that is going to come in the future. This completion card, it feels like there are some big cycles that need to complete for you first before you get to this point. But I feel that the Spirit is coming through today to say to you that you've been getting intuitive nudges or ideas or inspiration about things that you want to do. And Spirit is saying, yes, this is right. You have got it right. This is what you came here for. Don't doubt yourself. Be sure in your knowledge of what you came here for. This is your purpose. But there needs to be some time passing, first of all, where you're not only learning life lessons and closing out some chapters, but you are also gathering wisdom from your experiences that you will then channel into what you're creating. Okay, so you're going through a really important time at the moment in your life where you're in this gathering phase and you're not ready to put this gathering phase into action just yet. Okay, let's get some more cards from this oracle deck that wants to come. We've got 28 victory. That's lovely. That is a number 1 energy. We've got the 1 and the 9 there. So I feel like there are going to be, the words that's coming into my mind are small wins at the moment. It's like you've got small victories coming in at the moment where you are getting to this point where you're, how can I put this into words? It's like you're becoming more aware, more self-aware, more present, and you're noticing more. And it's feeling like these little victories that are coming into your life where you're like, oh, I noticed that happened. And it's like recognizing patterns from the past, patterns of your like behavior or thought forms. This is really giving me a sense of self-awareness. I mean, if you look at the image there, that the figure, she's got her eyes closed, and it's like she's becoming really in tune with who she is and what's happening to her in her life. And I feel like that could be what you're going through at the moment, group 2. You're becoming a lot more present and a lot more aware, because I feel like you are going to need that moving forward, more presence, more awareness, so that you can learn how to harness your mind for good, so your thoughts aren't just going off on a tangent and taking you off down unhelpful pathways, but that you are learning to bring your thoughts back, to bring yourself back to your center, so that you can be this open, clear channel for the inspiration, the divine inspiration that needs to come through you. I feel that some of you will use your voice in an inspirational way, where the tone of your voice or the words that you use or how you use your voice is going to influence in a positive way the energy field of other people. Some of you will use your words, whether spoken or written, to that same effect, where it isn't just what you write, it's what's between the lines. That's what has an impact on people. Some of you will use colour or frequencies, or you will use some kind of coding. I'm getting the word coding coming in. Or if it's to do with design, like designing houses or designing rooms or even designing clothes, that kind of thing. It's to do with the way things are put together, the harmony and the balance that it creates in an environment. There's harmony and balance is a big energy, a big strong energy that is coming through at the moment, where harmony and balance is going to some of the frequencies that you're going to emit from what you bring and what you bring into the world. We've got 29, that's 28 and 29. The world card, yeah. I mean, do you know what, group 2? This vocation, if you engage yourself into it fully, when it's the right time for you, I get the sense that it could lead you to fame and fortune. And it's not necessarily that you're going to want those things or that you're going to set those as a goal, but I think they're going to come automatically. It might be that you become well known or known for what you do, or your name is known, and it isn't necessarily going to be the case that you have your mind set on making lots of money, but because you're going to be in this amazing light-filled zone and headspace and heart space with what you're creating, it will lead you on this path of abundance. So you will receive a lot on this path, and a lot of doors are going to open for you, and a lot of positive opportunities are going to come your way. And it might be that some of those opportunities aren't the best experiences for you. And if that happens, remember that they're happening to help you evolve, to help you to move past certain negative expectations or negative thought patterns or negative beliefs that you've still got. Remember that whatever happens to you, it's always going to lead you to somewhere better, okay? And it's like, for some of you, this world card does relate to you literally having a positive influence on the whole world, on the collective as a whole, okay? Let's get we'll get a couple of these cards. The Akashic Tarot. Just looked at the camera clock and it said 11:56, which is 11:11. This is a very divine purpose. This is like, there is going to be some point where you go through levels of awakening, especially maybe one major awakening where you really open up to this fully and your mind and heart expands, and you're going to know when it's time to do this. You're going to know when you're in the right headspace, in the right heart space, in the right zone to do this. Okay, you're going to know. We've got the Queen of Scrolls. Yeah, lovely. That was in my mind, actually, that card. And the Five of Roses, the garden. So the Queen of Scrolls is giving me this sense of what I've mentioned already, where some of you, this will relate to communication or media. So it could be the written word or the spoken word or the sung word with music, or it could be to do with getting in touch with other companies that will be able to publicize your work in some way. This is the Queen of Scrolls is definitely a positive force of somebody coming in to help you when the time is right, because at some point you are going to need some help from other people with what you're doing. You can't do it all alone, and this will be the right people coming in at the right time for you. And this is also giving me a sense that this is like a soul contract with someone. So this is also what you are here to do is in your own soul contract. It's your soul's divine blueprint for this life as you being a human. This is something that you are going to achieve. I do feel that this is something that you will achieve, because it's amazing how we are gently guided and nudged in the right direction in order to achieve what we came here to achieve. And sometimes we don't even realize that's happening. And I feel like this will happen to you. And even when you go through phases where it might feel as if everything is against you, or it feels like you're never going to get there, or this is never going to happen, those are all temporary phases that are leading you to somewhere better, okay? So just remember that when it comes in. This Five of Roses card, so we've now got we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this Five of Roses card is an energy of really needing to get in touch with your childlike self, with what you're doing, and remember to have fun and connecting with your heart energy. I mentioned at the beginning of the reading about you really needing to connect with your heart and follow your heart with your passions. Do the things that light you up. You can experiment with trying lots of different things, but the things that you do where you get in that wonderful zone where you don't even notice time passing, and you've created something amazing that makes you feel all warm and happy inside, or it makes you tingle or buzz, you know, whatever those things are that you do that make you feel that way, those are the things that are in your heart. Those are the things that are aligned with your soul. And it could be for some of you, because I'm using the plural here with things, that some of you are not going to be just focusing on doing one thing. It could be that you are aligning to more than one thing. Like take me, for example, I've got two sides, two very strong competing sides to my personality that has taken me a long time to accept that I want to do both of them instead of just focusing on one. I've got my spiritual side where I do this work with the readings and psychic development and animal communication. And then I've got my other side, which is a very creative side. And I have to do creative things, especially writing. It's part of me. And if I don't do it, I sink. I really sink and I spiral. And both of those things were in my life early on. As a child, I knew that I wanted to be a medium and a psychic and telepathic and all those weird and wonderful things when I was very young, which during that time was a little bit unusual. But then I also had this highly creative side, which has been unlocked as I got older. So really pay attention to the things that you are most drawn to, the things that make you happy, and especially the things that you did when you were a child, those things that you felt very drawn to, because we often know as children what it is that we came here to do. Let's see what these cards are. 36, intuition. Yeah, I've mentioned that already. And we've got the intuitive card there with the King of Diamonds. So this is going to be you channeling divine wisdom, divine inspiration, divine ideas. Let them come, group 2. We've got be gentle with yourself, number 33. 33 is a number of needing to take a lot of care of yourself and a lot of nurturing, and to be careful that you're not giving too much to others. It comes underneath this 29 card, which is 11. So you've got 11 and 33. The thing that you bring into this world, or the things that you bring into this world, are really going to help people in a positive way and uplift the collective energy. But you do need to make sure, group 2, that you are always making time for yourself, that you're always taking care of yourself, because you are the sort of person, because you're highly sensitive and highly creative. And so you're very sensitive to the energy of others. And when you're putting your creations out into the world and we've got those attacks coming in, it can hurt, it can really affect your energy. So this is a message to make sure that you are doing everything you can to protect your energy, to engaging in the things that will make you feel better if you feel like you're being attacked, and to remember to focus on letting go of it, because it isn't meant personally to you. The people who attack others are usually either very jealous or they dislike themselves so much that they have to attack others. And it's usually people that are very insecure and traumatized and don't know how to deal with their own traumas and their own insecurities. So it's a good idea to try to have compassion for them as well as for yourself, and to understand that we're all here doing the best that we can. Let's, I think we'll get a couple of these message cards. We have got real passion. Yeah, I've mentioned this. Stop wasting time in dead-end jobs and find your true passion. It's fine to experiment, but don't settle for less than you truly deserve. Absolutely, group 2. You need to find what lights you up. I've said it already. Discover what your passions are. If you don't know what they are already, then experiment. Try different things and see what feels right for you. Cultivation. You are in the growing phase right now, and you must continue to water the seeds you have planted in order to reap the rewards. I mentioned as well earlier on, didn't I, that you're in a growing phase at the moment, a preparing phase and a gathering phase, and you will know when the time comes that you need to take action on this. For some of you, it will come sooner than for others of you. So really listen to your intuition and trust yourself. And I just did a glance at the camera clock again, and it was 1919. We've got some wonderful synchronicity. 19 in the tarot deck is the Sun card, which is light and victory. We've got the victory card there. And it also adds up to number 1, which is the new beginnings and having courage courage and having faith and trust in yourself and starting new things, okay? And we've got, oh, I love that for you. 32, flying. Yes. Let yourself soar. Don't be afraid to explore the avenues that are different to what other people are doing. Don't be afraid to be unique. This Jack of Clubs with the monkey on, this is about you being your complete, unique self. Do not be afraid to be yourself and to bring into the world something that is very uniquely you, because that is what the world needs. Group 2, okay? Be yourself. You don't need to be anybody else. Everybody else is taken. Just do what you do. You do you, okay? And that the world will love you for it. So I really hope that that reading has helped you, my lovelies. Thanks for listening. I'm sending you love from my heart to yours. Take care. Hello there, Group 3. This is your card, the Ace of Wands. Now for this group, I'm picking up this energy of awakening, a spiritual warrior type energy. So at some point in your life, if it hasn't happened to you already, you will have some kind of major awakening, like a mind awakening and a spiritual awakening rolled into one. And then you will have other awakenings that come after that. I'm picking up this energy of a leadership role for this group that you will take on in this lifetime. Some of you will want to be, I'm getting the message of like a way shower. You'll be out in the forefront of what's going on in the world, where some of you will want to step up and have your voice heard. You might take action. You might want to fight against the injustices that are happening in the world. Some of you, it will be more behind the scenes, the work that you do, where you might decide to take on or work up to a leadership role in a company, in an organization that has what the company does, has some kind of meaning to you, especially if it relates to something connected with the environment or with the welfare of people or animals or children or something like that. I'm picking up quite a variety of different types of work and career and interests here, but it comes from the basis of like this fiery energy inside of you. I mean, look at the image on there. We've got the Kundalini on this card. That's the Kundalini energy. And this fire, it's like you will have this fire inside of you. So it's like you'll be embodying the energy of like a lion, for one thing, being courageous and assertive and brave and really not being afraid to speak out for what you believe in, or if something happens that seems outdated or unfair. It could even be that some of you just choose to do something not necessarily in a work capacity, but you get involved in your local community where you're wanting to stand up for like residents, or do something like in a group, or it's like I'm getting this energy of being seen, being heard, standing up, speaking out, standing against things, sharing beliefs. It's the energy of an awakener, because I mentioned about you going through an awakening, but you'll have this energy of an awakener as well, where you are wanting to share your truth and speak the truth, because we've got a lot of that going on in the world at the moment, where the collective is waking up from the illusions of all the deception and the corruption that have been keeping this world hostage for so long. And I feel that you will be instrumental in helping people with that, to wake up from their own sleep, because you will have already woken up, or you're maybe going through an awakening at the moment. I'm going to get some oracle cards, get some more information, see if we can find out what will happen, how this will come in, or more specific information, or anything else that wants to come into the reading that's relevant for you. We've got 40 building atoms and 13 solitariness desert. Though both of those cards add up to 4. Now, those are interesting images, and both of the cards actually give me a similar type of feeling, which really ties in with the ace energy here, because ace is the number one, and one is a solitary energy. It's about forging your own path ahead, standing alone. This group are going to need to develop a lot of courage and bravery to stand alone. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. Wow, that's really low. Sorry. We get a lot of strange aircraft flying over the house, and they're so low. There was a massive helicopter just above the trees the other day, and I always take things like this when they happen in the reading as relevant. Now, that was an unusual aircraft that I've not seen before, and again, I've been talking about you standing alone, haven't I? Like being different, speaking out, and that was so low, so it was noisy. And this is like about you being seen, you know, you being heard, you being seen, and you standing up for what you believe in. This is this energy of being alone or solitary, like the lone wolf. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be alone in your life. It's not what this is referring to. This is about you having a lot of courage and bravery to follow your path, to follow this path that you might be on your own. You might be the only person standing up for something. It's like you feel you need to speak out. You need to show people something or tell people something or wake them up to something, you know. It's this energy of you, like in this card here, this is absolutely lovely. It's like it's here. I'm just seeing like you're putting these lights out in there into the world for people to see. It's like you're going to be this beacon of light in the darkness where you are helping to guide people. This is also giving me a sense of the Hermit card from the tarot deck as well. That's a solitary card of someone who has spent a lot of time turning inward and listening to their inner self and discovering who they are on the inside. And I feel that with this group, you might have gone through, or you will go through some point in your life where you maybe spend a lot of time either on your own or withdrawing, where you go into meditation a lot, where you're connecting with the divinity, with the divine truth, with the spiritual truth, to discover what feels right for you, what feels right spiritually on a global level, you know, because there are personal truths and then there are spiritual truths, which a lot of people share. So this is going to be you going through a phase at some point where you discover these truths about yourself, about who and what you are, why you're here, but also about discovering spiritual truth as well, and truth about this reality and what you believe this reality is, how you think this reality works, because none of us can really know for sure, can we? A lot of people think they know, but we can't know for sure. I'm amazed at how often I've changed my mind about what I believe about this reality. Some things that I believe now I would never have believed years ago. And even I've changed my mind over the last few years about what I think this reality is and how it works. And I've surprised myself. And this is about this group. So about you being open-minded and not afraid to change your mind on things that you once believed, and to show people that there are so many ways to look at something. We all have our own unique perspective, and so there are billions of perspectives in this world, and nobody can be exactly right. We are all right in our own way. We all hold our own truth. And so for some of you, what you will be doing is helping people unlock their truth. Some of you might even decide to run courses or, you know, become teachers or guides, where you are going to stand up, where you are going to be counted, be seen. You might be on social media. I'm getting these images because I've had a few of these videos come up on my feed recently on YouTube of, like young people reporting the news and being in different countries and showing what is going on. And that's what I can see some of you doing, you know, really going to the places where things are happening and saying, this is what's happening. It's not what you're being shown, but this is what's happening, you know, and maybe some of you will be traveling. Again, with this card, with the image, it's like you're going to be taking your light around the world. So some of you will be traveling, whereas others of you will use the internet to travel, where you will get your light, your words or your ideas out there through the internet, through social media, you know. And this card here with the desert card, this is about you really not being afraid to be in your own company. So not being afraid to be alone, not being afraid to do things on your own, not being afraid to stand out, to take your own path. And, you know, it's like not needing another person. That's not to say that you'll be alone your whole life. It's not what this is about. This is about you being really stable and certain and sure and courageous of yourself, and not being defeated by obstacles, and just going for it, just going out there in the desert or on the sea or in the war zone or whatever it is. You know, it's like you having the courage to be there, to do this, to get involved, to be this beacon of light in a dark world, because times are going to get very dark in the coming years, that is for sure. And we're going to need people to shine their light as brightly as possible, because that's what will draw others to the light. You know, people who are unafraid of doing these things, they draw in others. They're a beacon of light for others to find, for others to get in touch with their own inner light. I just looked at the camera clock then, and it was 10:10. That is a wonderful number for this reading. That is like wholeness, completion, fulfillment, a cycle closing out and a new one beginning. This is like the Wheel of Destiny number. This is because you've got 40 here as well, and you've got this one energy. I do feel that this group, because some of you might get involved in doing and saying things that really go against the mainstream narrative. And if any of you have been aware of that, you know, a lot of people have got into trouble for doing things like that so far. They've been silenced, they've been thrown in prison, they've disappeared. You know, all sorts of things have happened for people that stand out and speak up and go against the narrative. And I feel that for this group, whatever you do in this capacity, you are and you will have this very high level of spiritual protection. And I feel that you will know that in your soul, in your heart, that you are protected no matter what, that nothing can harm you. And I feel that this group will also go through a phase where you will connect with your spiritual self, so that you will know that the truth of who we are, that we are spirit beings, we are limitless, we are infinite, and that we don't really die. You know, that is just the physical body, the vehicle that we use in this lifetime to experience this life, and that we don't die. We are infinite. And I feel at some point you will get in touch with that truth, that reality. And that's how you will cultivate this sense of like this strong, limitless spiritual protection, where you know that you are safe no matter what. So we have got 5 change and 35 protection. That's just what I've been talking about. Protection. Yeah, you are going to be protected from the highest realms. You've got the angels standing around you, group 3. And also this protection card is about standing alone, not being afraid to stand out and voice your opinions. You might have even gone through phases in your life, especially when you were younger, where you were either silenced or you weren't heard, or people spoke over you, or nobody wanted to listen to what you were saying. You might have gone through that already, or you might still be going through that phase. And that is to build you up, to get you to be strong and not afraid of speaking your truth. Okay, truth is a very important element for this group that I'm picking up. You're here as truth seekers and way showers, and you're opening the door, you're walking new pathways, and you're not afraid to do it. This change card here, this is what you are bringing into this world, is this energy of change. You are going to be changing people's minds, people's beliefs, people's opinions, but you don't have to do it in a forceful way. The number 1 energy that I've spoken about, and this energy of being solitary, this is about you walking the path and leading by example. You will lead people. You won't need to convince people. You will just go out there and do your thing. everything, and people will find you and follow you, or listen to you, or allow their lives to be changed by you. And it's not that you will need to force anyone to do anything or put your opinion on someone. Just by you being you, and you speaking up for yourself, and you not being afraid to share your truth or to stand up for what you believe in, that is what will help to change people in such a positive way. Let's get some of these Work Your Light cards. Okay, so we have got Break the Chain, Ancestral Patterns, Healing, Rewriting the Future. Absolutely. You are breaking out of past patterning yourself, out of your own ancestral heritage of negative thought patterns and beliefs. You're breaking out of that. You are changing the karma in your family line, group 3, but you are also rewriting the future for all of us. You know, you are going to be instrumental in doing that for all of us. And we've got the ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. Goodness me. I do feel like this group have had a hard time, or are still having a hard time in life with the experiences that have happened to you. I'm getting the message of things like feeling like you're being persecuted, especially in past lifetimes where you have followed a similar path in other lifetimes where you stood out. You've been different, you've done something different, you've spoken out, you've stood up for the underdog, or for the small groups of people that get trampled all over. You know, you've done this already. You know what you're doing in this lifetime. You've had a lot of experience doing this already. So in this lifetime, you're gathering all of that experience and bringing it together and unlocking your potential to do this in this lifetime. And it's like you're remembering, whatever the word is, remembering what you already know. And you're bringing it together and unlocking your potential, unlocking memories, unlocking past wisdom, unlocking past skills and abilities that you will use to help people. So remember that whenever it feels like times are hard, what you're going through, it's because of the person that you are becoming, which is who you've always been, but it's because you are cracking open, like from this hard shell that you've been in, that has been put around you, and you're needing to break free. And that is not an easy task to do. And one day you will feel very, very liberated. And the more that you do this, the easier it will become. We've got, oh gosh, another card relating to similar things. Look at that. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts and past lives. There it is again. It's like, yeah, you are really breaking out. So you are breaking free, as I've said already, from past karma, ancestral heritage, family stuff, family drama, even family health patterns. You know, you're breaking out of all of it. You will have gone through a lot of difficult experiences before you get to the point when you are ready to be this spiritual warrior, because that's what you are. You are a spiritual warrior. That's on the bottom of the path. If you knew you could be supported, what would you do? So you really need to trust in your path, group 3, that spirit is supporting you on this journey, that you are unlocking this spiritual power that you came here to share with the collective. You really need to trust in that, okay? Two final cards here. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. And Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Yeah, really trust what you're getting, because you are connected to source. You are channeling inspiration from source. You have got powerful intuition. Listen to the portal of your heart, okay? Tune into the portal of your heart. Connect with spirit through the portal of your heart. Your heart will lead you to where the truth is always, okay? And Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Again, this is this energy of you really needing to take care of yourself, because I feel like you will have a lot of difficult experiences in your life that are getting you ready for what's coming in, because you need to be so strong and brave and cope with so much, because you are a spiritual warrior. Let's get, what shall we have? We'll have an tarot card. We haven't used the tarot deck yet. You've got this immense inner power that you are unlocking at the moment, and you've also got a lot of spiritual beings standing around you, watching over you, guiding you, helping you. They are always going to be there. And if you ever feel afraid or alone or lost, call upon your spiritual tribe, those in the spirit realms, to help you, okay? We've got the Five of Swords. Yeah, again, this is that energy of difficulties. This is something that you will be leaving behind at some point, because you're learning a lot of difficult spiritual lessons at the moment. And Spirit is obviously wanting to acknowledge the fact that you have not had an easy life, okay? Spirit is saying, your guides, your helpers, your angels, they are saying, yes, we know what you've been going through. We know, and it is going to end. Bear with it. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that is a lovely energy for you to step into. Look, we've got more sunflowers. The sunflowers represent light and positivity and abundance and good things happening. And we've got the Two of Cups. Yeah. So do you know what? I am getting the message that for some of you, you might feel very, very alone. And I have mentioned that already in this reading, but some of you are going to meet a divine counterpart that is going to be on this journey with you. I am picking that up from the Two of Cups. But I feel that with the Queen of Pentacles, it's like you need to get to that point in your life where you know who you are. You're confident with who you are. You're confident with, like, you're not hiding parts of yourself from yourself anymore. It's like you step into this role of being your own star mother, being your own mother, mothering yourself, knowing that you are this abundant being in the universe that can create abundance and receive abundance. And I feel that once you get to that point of really owning your own inner power and your own spiritual truth, that's where when everything is going to shift for you, and you are going to meet people, more people that are on your wavelengths. And some of you are, where it's relevant for you, if this resonates with you, you are going to meet a divine counterpart. We've got the Lion on there, which is another energy of courage and being assertive. This group has got such, I've said it already, but you've got such a strong inner power, and Spirit is helping you to learn how to wield your inner power in the right way, with compassion, but also with courage and wisdom, and knowing when to be firm, when to be compassionate, when to step back, or when to fight a battle. There are a lot of big lessons that you're learning here, and you might have also really feel for the underdog. Like I said already, this comes from a past life. So you might really feel yourself wanting to help those who are less fortunate than you, but Spirit is just saying, please don't do that to your own detriment. Make sure that you are always taking care of yourself as well, and topping up your own energy reserves, because you will get to a point where you are balancing your wisdom with compassion, which is a high level life lesson that you will be learning at some point, that highly evolved souls learn, where you will know who to give to your compassion to, when to give your compassion, and how much compassion to give, because not everybody needs compassion. And some people are there to, I want to make sure I put this in the right way, some people are just there to take from us, and giving them compassion is going to bleed you dry, okay? And knowing when to spot those people and when to step away, that is a lesson that you might have been learning the hard way, okay? So some of you might have had some very draining, negative people in your life that you have been learning from, how to navigate those energies in people, and what to do with your own energy, okay? So this is all, a lot of this is to do with the sun energy. which comes in the sunflowers, which connects with the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is quite key for this group in you mastering your own inner power. Okay, so I really hope you found that reading helpful, my lovelies. Thank you very much for listening here today. I'm sending you love from my heart to yours. Take care. Hello there, group 4. You chose this card, the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm going to get some more cards from this deck, but immediately I'm getting the sense of your vocation relating to becoming an expert in a certain area where you spend quite a bit of time learning a skill or getting a lot of experiencing and building that up and becoming very accomplished in it. And excuse me, being recognized in your field for that. Let's just get some of these tarot cards. We've got the 3 of Swords and we've got the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting a message from these cards about you suffering some kind of setback on your way to achieving greatness with this, where it might take quite a long time to get to where you need to be, and you might suffer through like negative comments or negative feedback or something like that. I am also getting a message for a few of you that there could be something from your past that has held you back in pursuing this, whatever this is. And I'm also getting a sense as well that whatever this is, whatever you're going to become accomplished at, you may feel inspired to teach this to others, where I don't feel that this will come in straight away. I feel that you could spend quite a bit of time like practicing this skill or earning money from this skill as a job. And then you'll get to a point where you feel like you want to give back. You want to give back to others. So you start to teach this to others or guide others with this in some way. So for some of you, this could relate to you literally becoming a teacher, you know, in a school. But for others of you, this could be a guide of some sorts. You could even set up a YouTube channel where you're sharing your experience or your wisdom or your talents, your skills with other people. And you could, for some of you, you could be known for what you do, as in your name could be well known, or you could even achieve some kind of level of fame for this. Let me get some more cards from another tarot deck. I do feel, though, there is this level of protection that I'm picking up here with the 7 of Wands, where, I mean, this is like a leadership energy as well, because we've got the Sun and we've got the Lion and we've got this person standing in this circle. I'm holding up this wand, like feeling like they're quite empowered. And this is what I'm picking up about you reaching a high level of expertise with what you are doing. And this is, I do feel like this will take some time to achieve. We've got 15, the Muse. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. So for some of you, this could be a creative project, something that you do creatively. And for others of you, this is about receiving divine inspiration that guides you with what you're doing. We've also got the 2 of Roses, winged messengers. Oh, I love that. Again, we've got this sun energy here appearing on the right-hand side of the reading here. I am getting a message with these cards on the left-hand side that there might have been something in school where you went through a difficult experience with that could connect with this skill or talent or this area of expertise that might have put you off for a while. Maybe you suffered some kind of trauma, and so you might have turned your back on doing this, or it might have held you back. You might have felt quite attacked in some way. And so you might have gone through a period where you stopped doing this, where you turned your back on it, or where you suffered some kind of long-standing block in this area. But then something unlocks within you at some point in your life, and this skill or ability, whatever this area of expertise is, it's like it opens something up inside of you. And I do feel that this is going to be quite a destined moment. And it might be that you've already got to that point where you've had this destined moment and where you are in that process of relearning or practicing this skill and polishing off your skills like really getting to the point where you're trusting that what you know you can do is right for you and needs to be put out there and shared with the world. I feel that this Ace of Pentacles card, it really feels like a karmic energy here, where there's this point up until this certain point that it's almost as if you're balancing out some difficult karma with regards to whatever this is, where you might need to go through some difficult learning experiences, and then you reach a point where things turn around. And I feel like there's a level of empowerment that you need to get to where you really trust yourself with what this is. And then you get to this point after that where you want to teach this, where you want to share this gift with the world, where you want to help empower others with realizing that they too can become accomplished at this. Okay, so I'm picking up two different levels here for this reading, where first of all it is you achieving some kind of mastery in doing something, and then you get to the point, it's like you overcome a lot of challenges and obstacles, and then you get to this point where you want to share this with others and teach others and guide others. Okay, this winged messenger card is really giving me a sense of you overcoming the difficulties that you've experienced in the past, and realizing that you have got what it takes to do this, and that you are, and you can become an expert in this field. Okay, let's get some of these, a couple of these oracle cards. It does feel like you've got to overcome quite a bit before you feel accomplished. But do you know what, Group 4? A lot of what you've got to overcome, it's what's in your mind. It's not really what's happened to you. It's how you've perceived it, and it's you overcoming your mind. Let's see what these oracle cards say. We've got 20 higher ground and 44 seek beauty. Yeah, I mean, higher ground, this is you realizing the truth of what happened to you in the past and seeing it from a higher perspective. We've got these birds here, these are the winged messengers, and the birds often have a higher perspective. And so I do feel like there is something from your past that you haven't seen clearly. You've maybe seen it from a skewed perspective that has been tainted by an emotional reaction and a feeling of trauma that stopped you from seeing the truth of a situation. Because I feel like you might have been engaged in something, maybe during school or certainly earlier on, in sharing some work or something or your skill with someone or maybe a group of people, and it didn't go as planned, or maybe you felt very self-conscious or shy and you hadn't at that point had any confidence in what you were doing. And so it might have really hurt you at that point. It might have set you back. But as you get older and you gain wisdom from your experiences, and your mind opens and your wounds heal, you will be able to see the truth of the situation, that it wasn't actually meant to hurt you at all, that it was actually showing you how gifted you are and how good you can be. And so it might take you some time to get to that point and work through that wound. And when you do, then things are going to open up and really change for you. And with this 44 number here, this is such a strong, empowered number, because I am getting the energy of empowerment coming through this reading quite strongly. As I say, we've got the lion there, and we've got two suns, which connect in with the solar plexus, which connects again with empowerment and inner power and courage and bravery. And this is that number 8 energy again here. So this is you finding your inner power once more and realizing that you have got what it takes and that you can achieve greatness and mastery in what you're doing. For some of you, this could be something creative, but not necessarily. It could be like just mastering a skill, or mastering an area of life. Like, for example, you might want to become a history teacher, just throwing a random example out there. But this could relate to so many things, because I'm getting like all kinds of things coming into my mind, like architect or mathematics or, just any kind of skill where you connect with the energy of it again at some point in your life. And how can I put this into words? It's like you see the magic in it again. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you close yourself off to the magic of it once upon a time, and then the magic opens up once again. But the main message of this reading is that you want to share this. Once you get to that point of seeing the magic in what you are good at and what you can do, once you see that again, you will really, really want to share that with others and share your skill by showing others or teaching others so that others can unlock their own inner beauty, see their own inner beauty, their own inner magic. Let's get some of these message cards to see what messages want to come through here. It does feel like a struggle that you will have gone through at some point that you will then overcome, see from a different perspective, which will then open something up inside of you, which will then expand and grow, and you will then see, it's like it will open up a new path for you, and you'll see a whole new direction that you can take yourself in, that's going to really give back to the world in such an amazing way, because I feel like you could really be a master or expert at something here, Group 4, and it's like a God-given talent that Spirit really wants you to share with the world in some way, We've got frozen. There may be a hiring freeze or no new work now. Being aloof can leave you out in the cold. The warm follow-up gets you in the door. Yes, I mean, this frozen energy here, it relates to this Three of Swords energy, where I feel like you will go through a phase of being stopped, or stopping yourself rather, where nothing happens for a while and then something happens to break you open again. We've got gifts. You are uncovering new talents that will land you new work and a better position. You could get more money with the deal as well. Yeah, I feel like I said, I feel like this is like something like some God-given gift or talent that you've got, that you came here to share with the world. And that's what will happen at some point. Once you work through this trauma or emotional upset that you went through at some point, then there's an unlocking that will happen inside of you, and you will realize that you've got this amazing gift or this talent. And because this is something that you will have been mastering in other lifetimes as well, not just in this lifetime. And then it's like you'll realize that you're unlocking a talent that is already there, and then you'll need to brush up on your skills and kind of like relearn those skills again and connect in with what you already know, what is in your heart, and that will help you to reach new heights. We've got renewal. You need to take time to recharge your energy to get back on track. Challenges ahead require you to have faith and break through. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't want to sugarcoat it, but I don't want to sound too harsh, but I do see that this is not going to be an easy path for you. But you know what? It's the thing that is going to unlock you and lead you to the most abundance, because there are some obstacles on the path, but they are there to open you up more and to help you to really grow and evolve and really, really believe in yourself. And it's like they're going to get you ready for what's coming in. So don't be surprised if on this journey you encounter some stops and starts, and don't worry if you feel like you need to take a step back from what you're doing from a little while, because when you do that, you can recharge your batteries to get ready for the next stage of what's coming in. Okay, here we've got give and take. Yeah, be open to giving and receiving to keep the flow of abundance going. Give someone a chance and ask for what your heart desires. I really do feel like you are going to be giving back at some point to the world what you have learned and what you are, it's like you want to share what you have learned and what you have gained yourself. And this is also a message here about you not being afraid and not feeling too shy around asking for what you need. Don't be afraid to ask others for their help, to help you to get to where you want to go, because you can't do this alone. There are souls out there in this physical world and in the spirit realm that are waiting for you to ask for their help, for helping you to accomplish what you need to achieve. So please be open to that. Be open to getting help, receiving help. You might feel like you've got to do it all on your own, or you don't need anybody else's help, but that simply is not true. And I do feel that one of the lessons in this journey for you, Group 4, is about you learning that, about you engaging with other people to make your dreams come true, and then for you to engage with other people to help their dreams come true. This is like you receiving and then giving back. That's how I'm seeing this for you. We have got, 20, the garden. Yes, that's wonderful confirmation, because the garden can relate to groups of people or going out there in the world or other people. That's just confirming what I've spoken about you really needing to get help from others. We've got this 8 energy cropping up again, which is this energy of empowerment. Okay. We've got 11. The whip. I've mentioned that already, about things not always being easy on this journey. You might encounter 1 or 2 setbacks. You might have some wounds to overcome. You might get a little bit of criticism that you need to, I think part of this journey for you, Group 4, is to really put into perspective any feedback that you get, that it isn't meant to hurt you. But then there are some people out there who are helpful. I've had some of them on my channel recently, and I report them and delete them, because some of them aren't even real people. They are AI bots. But remember that when people are coming from a negative place, they're projecting their negativity onto you, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you are no good or that you can't do what you're doing. Just really remember to put things into perspective and try not to take things personally if you can. And those that do give well-meaning feedback, remember to take that with the love that it is given. I know from first-hand experience how difficult it can be to receive feedback on your work. So try to not go in with a wounded ego, but be with an open heart and an open mind, because people are there waiting to help you. I'm going to get some of these playing cards to finish the reading off with. Do you know what? I've just looked at the camera clock and it said 17:35. 17 adds up to 8 and 35 adds up to 8. You've got such a strong 8 energy in this reading. So the other things that connect with the number 8 are karma. And I do feel that quite strongly with this reading, that you have got some karma to work through on this journey, where you are balancing out some old karma. And then it's like karma is also about you reaping the results of the seeds that you've sown. So it's remembering to keep putting good thoughts out there and keep sowing good seeds. And eventually you will get to that point where you are reaping those positive rewards. Okay. We've got Ace of Clubs, new situation. I think this is what's coming in for you. It's like a new door, a new chapter, a new journey opening up for you. There are some obstacles that you've got to overcome, some life lessons here that are setting you up for what is to come in. So your vocation ultimately involves you sharing your gifts with the world and teaching others. We've got end of situation, 9 of clubs. That ties in so well with the new situation, doesn't it? They follow on from each other. So when you get a new situation coming in, it is also going to always ask you to make sure that you have closed out anything that doesn't need to be taken with you on this new journey. So if you've got any lingering life lessons that come up when you've got a new journey starting for you, make sure that you're not reverting into old habits and that you are letting go of old emotions, old hurts, that you're not taking them with you on this new journey, and that you are closing the door on that. And remember to not get caught up in any old drama that you have been in. Put a close to it, okay? Put it to bed. We've got, look at that. 8 of clubs. Look, an abundance. You've got all clubs energy. You've got the 8 and the 9 and the ace and another number 8. This is what you are going to step into on your path. When you get to the point, that's on the bottom, by the way, 7 of diamonds, divine protection. Yeah, when you get to the point where you really start to trust in your own ability and you recognize your own expertise and mastery in this, and that you get to that point where you think, do you know what? I want to help others learn this. I want to help to guide others. This is when you're going to step onto this path of abundance. And it's not just financial abundance, but it will be that as well. This is like really good feelings, like fulfillment, and feeling really rewarded for what you're doing and feeling a lot of joy. And people will sense that in you. And that's what will draw people to you. Okay. And there's 7 of diamonds, divine protection. This is spirit just reminding you that you are always protected. This card here, the 7 of wands, that is a similar energy of protection. You are always protected. And those difficult circumstances, you are always protected in those difficult experiences, you know. When you experience any kind of rejection, what's that phrase? God's rejection. When we feel, I can't remember what it is, but it's something to do with rejection. That's it. Rejection is God's protection, because sometimes when we get turned away or rejected from a certain situation, it's usually because the situation isn't in our best interests. So even if you do experience some kind of rejection from another person, or even very negative feedback, that's telling you, don't go here, you know, step away from that. That's a big warning. And this is spirit helping you and saying you are protected from that. Don't worry, move away from that, move towards something better. You are always protected, group 4. Okay, so I really hope that reading has helped you, my lovelies. Thank you so much for listening. I'm sending you love from my heart to yours. I'll see you again.